Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Welcome. Happy Monday. Welcome to the PT on Ice Daily Show. Coming at you live from my office here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's only been live for 3 seconds, so I'll say it again. Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome, everybody, to the PT on Ice Daily Show. Good morning to those watching live. My name is Guillermo Contreras. I'm a physical therapist in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am also a teaching assistant in the fitness athlete division, as well as occasionally getting a little guest appearance in the older adult divisions of the Institute of Clinical Excellence. So happy to be here with you again on a Monday morning, starting off the week right, getting things going, and hitting up the topic of assess, don't guess. So this is actually a topic I did about a year ago. And I got some really good feedback from it and really enjoyed talking about it. And it's something that is really important, I think, for the majority of clinicians working with fitness athletes. It honestly can be any individual, anybody, whether older or younger, um, any experience level, but especially in the fitness athlete world, very, very important that we know what we're looking at and know what we're treating precisely and specifically before we start throwing darts at a dartboard and hoping something lands. So before we dive into that, let's go over some courses coming up, right? So these are the ones remaining in September. This coming weekend, September 18th, 19th, we have Modern Management of the Older Adult in Casper, Wyoming. A fitness athlete live will be in Hazlet, Texas, which I believe is pretty close to Dallas, Texas. That will be with myself and Mitch Babcock. Mitch Babcock will be leading. I'll be hanging out with him there. So if you're in the Texas area, Dallas, Texas area, and you've been looking to take Fitness Athlete Live, definitely check that one out and get yourself over there. And then Total Spine Thrust will be in Simi Valley, California this coming weekend. The weekend of September 25th and 26th. Another full docket there. We have Extremity Management in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Cervical Spine in Celebration, Florida, which I think is near Orlando. Total Spine Thrust again in Parker, Colorado. And then finally, Lumbar Spine Management in Amarillo, Texas. So fun courses coming up over the next 2 weeks. Plenty left in October as well. Head over to ptonice.com to check out any of the other courses we have coming live to your area ideally. And then lastly, if you're looking to take online courses, maybe you can't travel right now, maybe you're choosing not to travel right now, but you still want to hit up some ICE courses, the ones that I am familiar with the most are the older adult and fitness athlete courses. So we are starting up the Fitness Athlete Essential Foundations course tonight is week 1. So really excited to get that going. Have a big group of 60 PTs, PTAs, even have some NPs and PAs, which is really, really cool to see people outside of the rehab profession jumping into these courses, wanting to know how to work with fitness athletes and individuals who work with barbells and weight lift and do CrossFit, everything like that. So really excited to start this cohort today. The next 8 weeks are going to be really, really fun. And if you're looking to take Fitness Athlete and you have not taken Fitness Athlete Essential Foundations and you want to take Fitness Athlete Essential Foundations, the next cohort is in December, I believe December 6th or 7th, whatever that first Monday is in December. Definitely head ptnice.com, look at the online schedule, sign up for that now because this course that we just had sold out about 2 weeks ago. So they do sell out. We do fill up. We try to limit it to no more than a certain amount so we can make sure we're able to help and answer questions for everybody and keep it as intimate as we can. So head over to ptnice.com and check it out and sign up for yourselves. And if you're looking to take Modern Management of the Older Adult Essential Foundations, next cohort starts up on October 13th. So be sure to jump on our website, sign up for that one. That is another one that fills up very quickly. Very popular course. A lot of people rave and say really good things about it. So definitely check Older Adult and Essential Foundations. Older Adult and Fitness Athlete Essential Foundations. Change the way you practice. Now, topic at hand, right? The assess, don't guess. This topic came into my mind over a year ago because the majority of the time when we look at someone for shoulder pain, and again, I'm making some generalizations here a little bit, but a lot of times we see individuals who come in with shoulder pain or knee pain or hip pain or low back pain. And if you're newer to the PT, if you're newer to the ICE world, we see that we try and use the deadlift and the squat and the overhead press, all those type of movements to help people get stronger, to move better, to improve their efficiency, and get them overall better than when they came in, get them stronger, get them fitter, everything like that. Unfortunately, a lot of times when we see individuals in the clinic, we see them with shoulder pain, and there's just an assumption like, you know what, there's probably some weakness in that cuff, and we'll test that shoulder out And all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, look at how weak that is. And it could be some pain that's actually limiting that motion. And then in reality, when you really kind of take a step back and look at what's going on with these individuals, you'll find that their painful shoulder may actually be their stronger shoulder. Their painful knee might be their stronger leg. And that's where the importance of assessing and knowing what we're doing. Jeff Moore, I'm pretty sure I'm assuming he created it, right? He has a saying of, you can't have good results with bad data. And if we don't know what's going on, we can't get good results. We can't show progress. We can't improve what could be going on if we don't know what actually is truly going on for these individuals. One of the easiest way to assess is just do a simple single leg assessment, right? I believe Mitch tells me he likes to do a single leg squat to an elevated surface. How many reps can you do of a single leg squat to a 20-inch box on the right leg? Rest, repeat on the left leg. Look at that. It looks like you were able to do 17 more reps on your left. That's a pretty significant difference. Is that due to stability? Is it due to true strength? I don't know, but it does tell me that you have pain on the left side and your left leg is actually stronger. So focusing on getting that one as strong as possible might not be the best course that we take. Maybe it's a matter of getting the right one as strong as we can so it matches the left one as best we can. Can we get them fairly close together? Same with shoulders. I have a patient who I worked with who had left shoulder pain for quite a while. And like every time he did like pull-ups or kipping, snatches bugged him a lot. And we just did an assessment. We got through. We opened up we cleared some space, got some improved motion. And then when we did a strength assessment, I just did a simple single dumbbell overhead press. Find a weight that feels like a 5 or 6 out of 10 difficulty, right? How does that feel for 5 reps? Cool. Give me an AMRAP set. How many reps can you do on that left shoulder? How many reps can you do on that right shoulder? It turns out his left shoulder was actually a lot stronger. He could do way more. I think he did like 17 reps on his left, but he was only able to do about 11 reps on the right shoulder. That's a huge like sign of like, oh my gosh, like I could have just started strengthening that left shoulder like crazy, like doing some presses, some landmine presses, some strict stuff, some stability stuff. But what you actually needed is that right shoulder to catch up. We have a right shoulder that can't keep up with the load and the stress of the sport of CrossFit, and this is a CrossFit athlete. And a lot of times what we see in the CrossFit realm is a lot of barbell movements, a lot of double arm, bilateral overhead pressing, double arm, bilateral pulling, right, with pull-ups and muscle-ups and chest-to-bar pull-ups and handstand push-ups and bench press, rarely, but still happens, and overhead pressing. And what can happen is if that right shoulder is trying to keep up with that left, but it can't quite keep there, that left arm is going to work a little bit harder. You throw on top of that some mobility restrictions or some limitations in movement in either the thoracic spine or the shoulder, and all of a sudden we have a nice kind of recipe for some discomfort and some pain in that left shoulder. And if we just blindly throw a band around the shoulder, let's mobilize it, let's do some soft tissue, let's needle, and that left shoulder like crazy, like, oh wow, it's moving way better. It doesn't take away the fact that the load that left shoulder is now taking, using, and I don't even know how to say it, is just more than that right one. And that right one just can't keep up. And when that right one fails, the left one fails too. But at that point, the amount of load and volume on that left shoulder is already been much greater. Same can be said for the legs, for the knees, everything like that. I myself had a partial quad tear on my right leg. I have periodic quad tendon pain, quad tendinopathy. But whenever I test single leg strength, my right leg seems to be stronger. And I don't know, I'm still trying to like figure it out. It doesn't bug me all the time. It's just after like really heavy or long squat cycles, but that's neither here nor there. But it's the understanding of, okay, it's not so much that I need to get that right leg stronger. Maybe I just need to acclimate my body a little bit more to it. Or I need to get my left leg stronger because for some reason my left leg won't get as strong as my right. Maybe I'm more mobile on my right, so I just load the right side more. There's a lot of things we have to do. But that's, again, where I need to take my own medicine. I need to do a thorough assessment of myself. I need to figure out what is it about my right and my left leg? Why is it that I can do a little bit more push through my right leg? Why are step-ups and rear foot elevated split squats so much easier on my right leg than my left? And also, why my right leg hurts. So why is it taking more of the load? Why is it taking more of the stress? Why am I more likely to have discomfort on this side? Am I just pushing myself more with that right leg than my left? Some simple ways we can kind of do that is just, again, find whatever works for you. You're probably gonna vary this up between athletes. I personally like a single arm dumbbell press for overhead pressing. I like a single leg squat, or I personally like a box step up or a rear foot elevated split squat because it brings in a lot of stability and kind of like a balance components as well. and doing kind of a max effort with a nice moderately heavy load. It has to be heavy enough or it's going to truly challenge somebody, and it's going to be more about strength than it is going to be about just them getting tired and bored and not wanting to do it anymore. So you have to not only understand how to load it and how to do it properly, but also how to find an appropriate way to use. With a single arm press, it could just honestly be as simple as, hey, do multiple reps here, multiple reps here. How'd that feel? Okay, like a 3 or 4 out of 10, or you could do like 10 more reps. Cool, let's go heavier. Find a weight that challenges an individual where, like, you know what, I could probably do, like 5 to 8 more reps, 5 to 7 more reps, somewhere around there. And that's going to be your 5 to 6 out of 10 difficulty if they kind of struggle with the RPE scale. And then go. Give them a couple minutes rest. I want you to do an AMRAP set, as many as you can do on that shoulder. Cool. Rest a couple minutes. Let those kind of energy systems restore. And then go ahead and do an AMRAP set on that other shoulder. Like I mentioned, Mitch Babcock, he likes to do a single leg squat. So he'll do a single leg squat to a box that's 20 inches tall or something like that. Have him do that single leg squat as many reps as you can do on that one side without falling, with control. Show me a good controlled tempo each time. If you're taking more than 5 to 6 seconds, then we're going to be done between reps if that's how long it takes. Whatever it is, make sure you find a process that works for you, and then you can mimic and recreate every time. Right? You can't get good results with bad data. You can't say we're going to do arbitrary single leg squat to whatever depth. Go ahead and do as many as you can do. Yeah, it was 37. Go ahead and 12 on. Oh, that looks really different. You know what? Your movement was different both sides. Standardize whatever it is you do. So if you do a dumbbell press, like I want the dumbbell head to tap your shoulder. I want you to press and lock out bicep as close to your ear as you can and bring it back down. If you do that squat, I want you to stand up, full hip and knee extension at the top. That opposite leg is going to stay up the entire time. You're going to come down, make contact with the box, and then stand back up. I want you to take no longer than 6 seconds per rep. Okay. Whatever it is that you do to assess these individuals for single limb strength, to kind of figure out what could be going on, make sure that it is standardized. Assess, don't guess goes for everything, right? You don't want to just assume, oh, it sounds like you have neural tension. You probably have neural tension. Oh, it sounds like you have like a meniscal tear. You probably have a meniscal tear. Oh, it sounds like you're really, really stiff in your shoulders. You probably have stiff shoulders. Let's just go ahead and mobilize that shoulder. Assess, assess, assess. Know what it is you're treating, because that's going to give you a better plan of care, which is going to give you a better buy-in, which is going to give you a more compliant patient that wants to get better. Is like, you know what, this individual knows what they're talking about. They made me feel better after visit 1, and they understand that, like, I need to be able to get into these positions. Especially if you're dealing with the barbell athlete or the CrossFit functional fitness athlete. You need to portray that you know what the demands of their sport are and what it is that they need to be able to get better at. And if you understand, like, oh, you want to be able to do pull-ups, well, we ideally want you to be able to get your shoulder all the way overhead, and we want to see a little bit of excess there. And you should be able to switch this direction in your shoulder. You should have this much external rotation. And your thoracic spine, we ideally want to move this much, because when you get up there, you're going to get into these positions, right? Like your arch and hollow positions. So we want a little bit more thoracic extension. Just being able to talk like that, understand what it is that these athletes need, is really important. Knowing that, right? Highly recommend, again, if you're not familiar with it, you have not taken it, and you want to work in this population, Clinical Management of the Fitness Athlete, Essential Foundations, Advanced Concepts Live, all those courses are going to help you really understand what it takes. We go through all those movement assessments, range of motion assessment, mobility assessments. We're all seen in there. Last thing I'll say, a little bit of caveat here, caveat, however you say it, is that if you understand how to find these things and you determine, okay, yeah, there's some strength issues here, we need to be really good at understanding how to use strength conditioning principles, as well as scaling and modifying movement to help these athletes continue to pursue their sport. They typically don't want to be told, don't do this, stop lifting, stop exercising, stop crossfitting, whatever it is. So we need to have a really good understanding of how to give a prescription that's going to be something they will follow. I want you to, hey, you know what, your shoulder really hurts. I'm going to have you go with lighter weight for both shoulders, but I want you to focus on a good controlled explosive up, controlled down, stay in that pain-free range. You know what, you can't get really heavy in a strict press, but like, I want you to hit up a landmine press where you can get pretty heavy. Can we scale and modify these movements? Squat's painful, but it doesn't seem to hurt if you go to a 20-inch box. Can we do some box squats instead of like full depth squats while we're getting that knee to kind of calm down, and we're kind of fixing what we want to work on with you as well? Understand movement, understand how to modify, scale, how to cue, how to coach. All things that are really important in this realm if that's what you're into. But again, it goes across the board. Whether you're working with older adults or young kids or young athletes, whatever it is, you need to have an understanding and a really good way to assess not only just range of motion and flexibility and manual muscle testing, but true strength, single leg press, single leg squat, single leg split squat, whatever you want to do. Assess them, determine a good plan of care, and then get it going from there. Make sure we're not guessing. Make sure we have a really good tool. Make sure we're meticulous with how we do these things. All right, gang, that's all I got for you this morning. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that isn't something too shockingly new. But if you wanted some ideas on how to kind of get some assessment for single limb strength or single limb strength to kind of find what could be going on, hopefully that helps a little bit. Any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments. Happy to answer them throughout the day as I see them. And otherwise, have a wonderful Monday. Have a great week. We'll catch you all tomorrow on the PT on Ice Daily Show.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.